Shalom, shalom, beautiful family. This is Pastor Race, and I'm with my beautiful, 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 beautiful wife. See like the beautiful man.
Thank you, you too.
You know the color green and the lipstick. They look.
Thank you, thank you. You're not so bad.
Can I just kiss you one? Guys, we are back. Make sure that you do subscribe on our YouTube channel. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you become part of this family. We are still here, man. We are still here. And one thing that we are going to emphasize, apart from everything, we are here to pray with you, to help you, advise and so forth. And again, be mindful that we are not here to say we know it all. We are not here to say we've got it all together. What did you say? You said we have our fair share here, ne?
Yes.
Yeah, we do have our fair share with disagreement. Those days, they are there, guys. They are there because marriage is not just marriage, but it's our life. So as much as you are in a cycle of people, understand that you're going to face disappointments, arguments, disagreements, and all that. Why? It is because you're in a cycle of people. And if you don't want to face that, man, there's one way that I know that can help you out. Also, yeah, it's just, man, you just depart,
fair.
man. It's not fair, but that's the only way, man. How will you stay in relationship because communication is one of the gates that invites disagreements, arguments, tension, whatever that you may think of. It is invited by means of communication, and you cannot say I'll stay here and not communicate. It's highly impossible, man. It's highly impossible. We live to communicate.
Even if you can be a lone ranger, you still need to talk to somebody.
Again, you can still talk to yourself. Like you find yourself like fighting in your mind, like disagreeing with what you are thinking. No, this is not good. This is not right. So it's just like that. It's just like that. So it's just understanding that communication is it by means of vocal or what, verbal. But we are not there, guys. We just want to touch another subject that I myself have been in denial for some time concerning it. Maybe I've never said it, but deep down, I was so in denial about it. But daily, it proves to me that it is part of our lives, and it is very much important.
Yeah.
The issue of finance in relationships, in families, and in a marriage setup.
Yeah.
And there's a lot that's going on.
I mean, really?
I needed to call him to attention. That
you know what? I think before we even go further, you can't even avoid it.
You can't.
You can't even look away and say I don't need it.
And then
what we're about to talk about is really, this is a must have. This is a day-to-day must have.
I'm just reminded on the days of Lobon and stuff. Man, I can tell you that I was about to be hit by a storm of embarrassment because of finances, and having the name tag of you are a man of God, and so forth, I was about to become a laughing stock of the community.
With some tag on it.
Gosh, man.
True, yeah. True.
And it's those things, man, that will make one maybe to question God, to question a lot of things about his life and so forth, and that's why it's in some other things, some other decisions that we have taken, we have taken them out of ignorance.
True.
Some other things that we thought that maybe we knew. No, it was just out of ignorance. We knew nothing, and we needed people that are going to be blunt with us and tell us the truth, That like, man, no, just go to school, study, become this. You'll continue preaching, you'll continue having whatsoever that you want to have and so forth, And I think it is different with my case. I'm not saying I don't want to work. I just want to work for myself.
Well, As long as you accumulate.
Bringing something inside.
As long as you accumulate.
But that's one mentality that I was having in the beginning, until we have settled the issue. Say now I'm becoming full time in ministry and all that, But man, and with all this being said, we don't say God is not a provider. I can tell you from where I'm standing, and I can tell you from day to day that God is our source and God is our provider. There's nothing that I've ever received in my hands that does not come from the Lord. That's what we believe, and that's what we know, and so forth,
The truth is God gives us wisdom to attain. God gives us wisdom to be able to think of ourselves. God gives us wisdom to be able to live forward for a day. He's one man that wants to see us do good.
He's a strategic guy.
He is one man that he doesn't want us to suffer. He doesn't want us. He wants to see us live good. So he has given us the brains. He has given us, the hands. He has given us, all that we can ever think of. So angeke uthi you are living outside his abundance.
No. We are bound, in fact, by scripture. We are also bound by our faith to live in abundance.
We are within his presence.
So I think it's just the issue of ignorance. It's in and personally, I just want to drop this advice to every young minister out there and so forth, to say ministry on its own has faces and it has levels. And believe in me, I know that God sends people, and one of the guys in the Bible by the name of Elisha was fed by ravens. God is able to do that, And I can tell you from my own personal experience that I've seen God while I was alone, believing God for those little things while I was alone. But now I've got my wife, I've got my 2 beautiful kids, and the level of living has escalated. The type of life that I want to live is totally different from when I was still an individual person, So there are things that I needed to adjust so that I won't self-impose my thinkings to you and also impose it to my children. My kids will end up hating God because of certain things that we think, or rather maybe we say in means of putting God as the center of it all. But we are not just going to share in point forms. We're just going to share our lives and how we see finances in marriage and so forth, to say this has been one battle. I can tell you, man, after discovering your destiny, deal with this issue of finances. Deal with this issue of finances. It will limit your ministry. It will limit your marriage life. It will limit a lot of things concerning you. It will limit a lot of things.
So the expectation is you want to see me happy. You want to see me live good. You want to see my family, my kids, being in a good state. Then the truth of the matter is, what formulates that? What's the package that drives that? Then it comes to the fact that you need to sort out your finances. You need to get it right. So what are you going to sort if you don't even have something that comes in? What are you going to that's what I'm trying to say. So maybe to the point of minister, full-time minister, I'm not going to share much, but one thing that I can tell you is that you must be at the point when you are going towards marriage. You must be at a point where you save, because that will help you, not just save for lobola, but save for your life. So there's a lot of streams that you can be able to save from. So that means you need to gather enough information and knowledge. So be equipped enough. The investment that we're spending in the Bible, and it's good because even in the Bible we are able to see those things where you can put on your investment, where you can cultivate the land in order for it to produce fruits. And you must be that kind of a person where you are saying, I want to set a great standard for my family. I want to set a great standard for my wife, the wife that you want to see, the beauty that you want to see, family that you want to see.
We should learn from Jesus how sacrificial his life is towards the bride, which is the church. Towards the bride, which is the church. A man has to develop that thing inside of him that I need to sacrifice for my family. I need to sacrifice. I believe that a lot of people, this is one thing that I think is, I'm not saying it is happening, but this is what I think, to say a lot of people, I think they are praying much for the church. As men of God, we are praying much for the church, forgetting to pray much for our first church, which is you. We want to take everything and put it in the church of Christ. and forgetting much about the church of ours. You get that point? So because you are my first church, I need to pray for you. The Bible tells us that where Jesus is right now is interceding for the church. Meaning, as a husband, I need to pray for you consistently without fail and faith. So I must pray for you daily regarding what? That's my responsibility as a husband. Again, the issue of sacrifice, we see it through the life of Jesus. Look at the depth of sacrifice that he has shown unto the church, coming to die for us and so forth. You know, it shows that as a man, there's a level of sacrifice that you need to undergo for your wife to live the life that she wants to live, you know. And I can tell you something, man, that if there's one thing love that you've given me is the liberty to hear God and stay with God without any frustration of saying maybe you've got this wife, yada yada, each and every day, finance that, which is not a wrong thing. But I thank God daily for who you are and how you treat me based on those issues and so forth, you know. So this is one thing that I want you to master, as you are also sharing on the issue of investment and so forth. That men of God, young person, whatever you are, before you say you want to deal with a marriage setup in a financial manner, you must understand that you are no longer alone. If you are believing God for one person, you are no longer believing God for one person. You are believing God for two people. So the first thing that you can do for yourself is that change the way you believe God for. Or rather, maybe your belief system must automatically change because of the structure that you're entering into. So you must totally see things differently. You are not going to behave as an individual inside a marriage setup. That's one of the things that causes cracks in a marriage. So in that manner, I'm trying to indicate that one thing that you can do for yourself is that understand that I'm no longer alone. I'm no longer alone. So if I needed 100 rand to live, I need 200 to live now. If I needed 200 to live, I now need 400 to live. So the way you do things, the hard work that you are putting to get that 100 rand when you are alone, it must be multiplied or it must be doubled. It must change.
You actually bring up a very good point, and I want to come to the point that even if you come with 100 rand, the mindset is you'll be able to share it with me without faith,
very true,
with no issues and what, and the commitment thereof would be what is it that is of our priority that we need to utilize this money. So it's important, you know, in such a sphere where we make decisions that are going to, you know, a prioritized manner in terms of the available funds that we've got. So sometimes you might find that, you know, somebody is within a marriage or in a relationship and they're still selfish of their money, and you get to use it and misuse it in places where one would suffocate.
The issue of joint accounts,
you know, and we end up suffocating, and it's not nice to speak about, you know, finances, especially on the negative side. It's always nice to have, you know, tea and coffee and say, hey, where else do you think we should be investing our money? Where else do you think we should start, you know, looking in terms of business? Because that is our language. That's what we need to start focusing on, and it's doable. It doesn't need a lot. Doable. It needs the available that you've got. You see how you can break it into tens and be able to then start utilizing it and benefit for your future. You must always remember that anything that you agree on, there's also children that are involved. There's also legacy that is involved. There's also, you know, the future the build up must be different, and you must also look at things that will help you now, the things that will help you tomorrow. Because sometimes somebody will say, yeah, let's suffer now, and then we want to be fine tomorrow. Hey, I want to live good even now.
When was I saying? I think I've said it yesterday to say, I was asking myself to say, if the economy of South Africa collapses, where else do I have my investment in the world? Sure. You get the point? If the economy of South Africa collapses, where else in the world do I have investment? Because you can't depend on this issue here only.
Global mindset.
You'll be sabotaging yourself. You'll be sabotaging your family. You'll be sabotaging whatsoever that you're building. So this is number one that I'm going to share. That as young couples, or rather maybe as people, or rather maybe as you're in a relationship concerning finances, be open to each other.
True.
Guys, be open.
And the ideas that I might come with, you know, they may sound a little bit, they still need some
Polishing, yes.
But you know, the beautiful thing is you've got a partner that is not gonna judge you. You've got a partner that is gonna say, I hear your point. What about this? And then you start adding on the ideas that you're having. It's not always a case where your idea will sell. So sometimes you must be willing to get to a point where you know that, hey, it didn't go well. You know,
Then
start afresh and look for something
take
else. But because marriage is a journey, each and every day you work it out until it gets right. You work it out until it gets right. It's like looking at your child growing up. So you see, he will fall every now and then, but he'll pick himself up and he'll crawl and grow until he's a man enough to, you know, look after himself and also look after you. So is marriage.
So guys, one thing that we're saying is that be open, and in that sense of being open in ideas, also be open in the loans. You know, when you're coming together, individual, so coming together to form this structure of marriage, as being open, guys.
Yeah.
Just tell me, I've taken a loan.
Yeah.
There, I'm owing so and so. This is what I've done. This is what I've committed towards my family.
Yeah.
Because we commit to our families. True. And then the issue of marriage comes in. You better tell me, man, I've committed to my family that every month I will send them 1.5.
Yeah.
And so I'm getting
married. And I need to know.
I need to know, man. So we are trying to deal with disappointment,
True.
number one. Number two, we are trying to deal with accountability. You know, those are some of the things that we are dealing with. So be open to each other. Bring your pay slip on the table. This is how much I'm earning. This is how much you are getting. You get the point. So to us, Bazalwane, you know, it was her pay slip, and then it was my pay slip. Then I wrote any amount that I wanted to write.
But now it's different.
Yeah.
Now it's your pay slip.
But
look at God. Look at God. 1 minute. Look at God. Look at God.
So these things, they work together, guys.
Yeah.
Your partner says, be open. Be open. If you are drowning in debts, tell him now. Man, I'm drowning in debts. I can't afford to buy. I can't do this now. I can't afford the white wedding. I can't do that and that and that and that and that. Just explain yourself towards that partner. And I don't want to say if he loves you, she will understand. I don't know whether you understand the word. Some they will understand.
Love or not.
Some they will not.
Reality,
but this is real. So make sure that you tell her the truth. You know. To me, I told her, man, hey Lana, so I'm not saying so this is what is happening. This is what happened. But again, because it was me, I was also business minded and so forth and all that, you know. But to some, maybe you are not. Maybe he's not business minded. Must
pray more.
If you're not business minded,
pray for me.
Yeah, pray for your partner.
Exactly, pray for me.
For God to raise more streams of income through them.
And when I rise, when I rise, I will always remember you. Even
in fact, you don't remember me. We'll always be together.
That's what I'm saying. That when I rise, I must not get to the point where I now feel I'm more, hi, I'm a man in the house and stuff like that. That's why I'm saying, be at the point where you pray for me and trust me enough that I'll be able to be the pillar. You're going to form parts and come with the package and say, Daddy, here's the package.
Come on,
and then it will be so easy because I know that your mindset, I know that your progressive, plan is about the same plan that I've got.
In fact, we share the same goal.
Same sentiment.
We just want to see our kids growing up nicely.
So even if you have the portion, you're gonna go to the very same thing.
If it is with
that
you,
I was gonna buy
with
anyway.
If it is with me, it is with you. If I go to the shop, it's like you went to the shop.
But it's about building it. It's about build. You need to building it. It's a day-to-day build. It's a day-to-day build. The small things that you can trust each other with. As it grows, then you'll be able to join together and be a team. Remember, the reason why we are joined together is so that we can be able to cement or to be able to share the goodness and the love of God. Sishata nje ngoba sikhombisa bunkulunkulu ke sikhombisa lo uNkulunkulu afuna.
So marriages must be glorious.
So it must be glorious.
It must have man.
Because we are showing ukuthi uNkulunkulu unjani.
So this is the last dimension of God revealing himself. I feel that. No. We are supposed to be a glorious marriage.
He has made sure that great minds together.
The billionaire mindset, because I was saying the mindset of a multi-millionaire. You just rose a billionaire type of a mindset.
So he knew that this lady is good in this. and then you are good in something else.
Yes.
And if they join, they will lift up the name of God into higher heights. And we cannot fail.
So this is about destiny.
We cannot
We
fail.
can't.
We cannot. And we do all.
We can't fail. Love.
Every day we work it out because
You are not
we
going
know.
to fail. Let me just say that.
Exactly.
You are not
Amen.
going to fail in the name of
Amen.
Jesus.
Amen.
You are not going to struggle in that family. You are not going to struggle in that
Yes,
marriage.
Lord. Yes,
May
Lord.
God, may you learn to live in the abundance of God. May God intervene
Amen.
and bless you so mightily, so financially, so
Amen.
in Jesus' mighty name.
Hallelujah.
That's the first thing. Be open. The second thing, learn to trust each other.
Amen.
Learn to trust each other. Learn your partner.
It's a journey.
Trust your partner with your finances.
It's a journey.
You know, like to a point that when she says I'm going shopping, you think the way I think.
Yeah.
I believe that she thinks the way I think. You know, like what I'm trying to bring is that I can trust you enough, not with my heart on. Hey, I trust you with my heart. Yeah, it's fine. Trust me with your heart. Can you trust me with your money?
Yeah.
Can you trust me? Like to a point that when you say, love, I've got this that I want to invest into. You know, we sit down, we look at the balance and so forth. But I do not reject it because it is coming from you.
True.
I must learn to trust you with the finances. That if I leave you with 300, you are going to do something great with it.
Yeah. And
You get the point.
this also helped us to be able to split, you know, the like finances in
Yes.
terms of what exactly you want to
To do,
accomplish.
yeah.
Because it's not gonna take out, you know, the fun that I wanna have.
Mm-mm.
You know, going out with my friends, you know, having because sometimes you say, yeah, but if we share, then we're not gonna be able to do our personal things that you want. Look, there's always those things, and if you plan very well, you'll be able to put in that entertainment, you know,
It must be
sector.
there. It must
will
be
be
there.
there, and you're not gonna feel like, yeah, I can't have, you know, excess of this. So if you arrange it very well, it really benefits you and your family, especially when you have children. It really benefits them. It gives them the sense of, you know, ownership in terms of, you know, availability of funds, and they become responsible. As they grow up, it will be easy for them to handle money because they see it from mommy and daddy, you know.
So the last thing that we are saying is that make sure that you plan, have a budget in your house.
Yeah.
Have a budget in your house. It's not wrong to tell your little sister that we don't have money right now, because it is maybe occupied in the budget of this month, or rather maybe it's not part of the budget of this month.
Yeah.
So you better tell us early so that we can respond. That's why when you say, Ray, can you help me with this kind of money, I must discuss it with my wife, because it is within the budget of our month. So there are few things that we need to fix on that. You know, you don't just wake up and do things. I'm one guy who's so strict about it, you know, like I always tell my wife that, man, you can program me to do things like this. I don't love to be surprised. I don't love surprises. So I wish to know that this man must be there, this there, this there. Let's do this, let's do that, let's do this, let's do that, you know. And it helps you. That's number one. It helps you to see progress.
True.
Because you know that this is the budget of the month. This is the food that we are eating. How much are we investing in food? How much are we investing in our businesses? How much are we investing in the kids? How much are we investing in the car and that and that and that? So it helps you to be accountable. Number two, it helps you to see that, do you need to increase the streams of income? Do you need to reduce this and that and that and that and that and that? So you can't trace something that you have not planned for. So a plan helps you to trace how your money has worked on itself. It's just like Capitec app. It helps you to see, you can trace your money there, that this is how you've spent your money. So a plan helps you, or a budget, it helps you to trace your money.
You must also budget for umdizo, and
Yeah.
because I mean that's an
I'm
obvious
just
thing.
say design, I mean design, sense and
That's right.
Design meaning
That's right.
design. But as we are closing, do not forget to comment on the comment section.
Yeah.
What do you think about this, and how can we grow our financial life as married people? How can we grow a lot of streams of income and so forth? I think one thing that I'm grateful of is that over the years we are not business partners, but this year we started to be business partners, you know.
And we're flourishing,
Yeah, we are pushing.
Yeah, we're
we are pushing.
flourishing.
So far, so
Can
good.
you imagine the ignorance that we had, and the same lesson?
I think maybe
also sharing
apart from
that-
ignorance, maybe we can also say trust issues.
Yeah.
Because you were a 9 to 5 kind of a person, and then I'm the kind of a business person.
Yeah.
And a business, it works more similar to ministry. Faith, risk. Business is risk. a ministry is fate, you know, so you have to take risk and so forth. But
And-
I think
and-
it was growing the trust
Exactly.
to what I'm
I
doing.
wanted to say the
Yes,
same
I
thing,
think that's
that
the thing.
you know, throughout the years we were sort of growing and, you know, checking on each other. You know, are you making sensible decisions? Are you making sound decisions? And all of those things. Are you able to, you know, be critique where you need to be? I think I'm grateful for those years, because now we are at a position where we can say, let's take this and go forward.
In closure, Bazalwane, make money with your partner, make money with your wife, with your